earned a shuffle, but I will shuffle for you because I know. Who knows? Maybe if I shuffle, you'll have better luck.
Every time I try to start an episode, you sit here and you continue.
Oh, I didn't know you were recording.
You continue to berate me.
Berate?
No, I said berate. I was going to change it. This is the problem with the community. Why don't you listen to the sentence first and then find out what I'm talking about? You're trying to jump the gun. Like, you don't know what gun I'm using. You don't know what ammunition. You don't know where I'm at. And you out here in these streets. Jesus. This is the problem with the community. How come nobody listens anymore? What's the issue, man? Women don't listen. Men don't listen. Dogs don't listen. I was speaking to a friend the other day, trying to teach the dog tricks. Got it on video. So I'm watching the dog. The dog hears it. Like, you can see the dog hear the command. The dog facial expression said, "Fuck you. Where's my treat?" Nobody listens anymore. What's the issue? What's the problem? What do I have to do to get you to listen?
You talking to me?
Still ain't listening. Anyway, yes, please shuffle, if you don't mind. As a courtesy to me, because I have been losing. So
Can you repeat that?
You heard me the first time. Why would I repeat it?
Actually, I
you
think
know
we should
you heard
just
me.
make sure that I heard you correctly. You have been what?
I've been losing. You know, I'm gonna pause this.
Oh, no!
This is the first time I ever pause the recording, because once I start, I really don't stop.
No, I don't think you should pause it. I think you should definitely keep going. I mean, the listeners need to know the truth.
Truth about what?
Oh, I guess you just... Well, no. It still works. You didn't say what you'd been losing in, but I think they'll pick up on it.
Pick up on what?
The fact that you've been losing.
Welcome to the Uno, guys. Ooh. Welcome to the Cubby. I appreciate you guys coming. Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Festivus for my diehard Seinfeld fans out there. Respect it. I respect it. It's going to be a little special episode today. We're going to be playing Uno. Going to get a good idea of who I am as your host. TLou, do what it do. Got a special guest in here today. Someone that you haven't heard before. Her name is Chevy, right? Chevy?
That's me.
Chevy? Is that the name? I'm going to have you introduce yourself, because I don't know your name.
This is Chevron Houston, and you're listening to NPR. No, you're not really. You're listening to the Cubby.
Okay, let's all take a second. You just said these people are listening to NPR. We don't need that energy. We don't need to direct people to places that is not the Cubby. So please stay on your P's and Q's.
Oh, my bad. Cubby rules. I was being myself, though.
I guess it's
Cubby
your first
rules
time in here. What do you mean they're hard? They're 5 simple rules that you live by and that you abide by. And I'll say them for you, just for you, because you haven't been in a Cubby yet. So I just want to give you that good introduction. We've had a lot of requests for a pleasant woman to be on the Cubby, and being that it's the holiday season, we're able to give the people what they want. And you are a very close person to the Cubby, so we just wanted to bring you on in. So welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome. You trying to take this L in Uno though?
Appreciate you calling me pleasant.
Well, it was a kind thing to say. I don't know if I meant it, but it was a very kind thing to say. You trying to take this L in Uno or no?
I mean, I'm shuffling, but I shouldn't be. Okay. I don't take L's in Uno, but
it's a very aggressive statement, and I don't like the energy that you presented to the Cubby.
I like trying new things, so yeah, maybe I will take an L in Uno.
I want you to just take a quick second, because I know that you do a lot, not only for yourself, but to better yourself and your community. Can you give the people a quick little nugget of who you are, who you represent, and where you're from? Just give them a quick bio, why you're here at the Cubby, and what made you bring your punk ass all the way over here.
All right. Well, as I said, I'm Chevy Houston. That is not my real name, but we're going to go with it. I am an IT professional. I work developing software. I am very passionate about user experience, user interaction design. I am also very passionate about fitness.
Don't you spin?
I do spin.
You spin.
I spin.
That's that little bike that don't go nowhere, but you acting like it's going somewhere. Is that
Sure.
that? Is that exercise?
Sure. We can call it that.
It's that little like motion without motion shit.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate spin, by the way.
And
I think it's the worst exercise of all the exercises. I'd rather run up a mountain and jump off rather than do spin, me personally.
Okay.
But this is not my intro.
No, it's not, and you've been talking a lot during it. But yes, I do spin. I am actually in the midst of training to become an instructor. So
Congratulations. That's big stuff, isn't it?
Know who I am.
Nah, don't nobody know who the hell you are. I don't know who you are. You Chevy Houston.
Yeah.
Houston Chevy.
Chevy Houston.
Isn't Houston Chevy isn't that somebody?
Probably car dealership.
You sound like you cutting those cars. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. As I mentioned, this is a special episode. We're going to drop this on Christmas, and Christmas is about cheer. Christmas is about family. So, of course, we had to do a Team Uno game, and the importance of this episode is just to relax, take some time, sit in, hear a couple jokes and stuff like that, and be able for you to be with your family. Don't drink the eggnog, especially if you're visiting someone's family. And we're going to talk about the ins and outs of being that significant other coming in on someone's Christmas.
Ooh, spicy.
Spicy.
Why can't we drink the eggnog? I love eggnog.
Nah, man, eggnog ruin lives. Especially if you new to the family and they spike the eggnog, especially at work, right? I know a lot of you guys just had work Christmas parties and most of them were corny, let's be honest.
Mine was definitely corny.
But some of them was lit. So I want to know what are the ins and outs, the do's and don'ts of Christmas parties. Now that you just participated in them, and the ins and outs and the do's of being at home with your family. There was this big movie that I used to like. It's called Four Christmases. Have you seen it? It's with Vince Vaughn and the 19th blonde lady in Hollywood. Yeah, there's a lot of them. I don't know.
That's true. It's Reese Witherspoon, and actually, this is a really good holiday for her because you can make a wreath with Reese Witherspoon.
Okay, that was the worst sentence I've ever heard in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
It was difficult for me to say.
Yeah, it was difficult for me to hear.
It's
you said a wreath with Reese Witherspoon? Is that what you just said?
Basically.
And that was hard for you to say.
You make a wreath with pictures of Reese Witherspoon on it, and then you have a wreath Witherspoon.
Who makes up this stuff? Okay, so this is a good segue into the mandatory fun that is the holiday Christmas party. How was your holiday Christmas party? What did you do? Where did you go? Did you get drunk? Did you see some titties? What happened?
I did not see any titties.
You didn't see no titties?
No.
Man, you lying. It wasn't a Christmas party.
Well, I mean, we went to a shopping plaza, and then we had lunch there at one of the restaurants at the plaza.
That's it? That's the worst Christmas party I've ever heard in my life. How many
exciting.
people went? The whole
company?
company?
Entire office.
Dude, you work for a big company or a small company?
I work for
You work for WeWork?
I wish.
You wish you worked for WeWork?
Yeah, I actually applied there. But
it's a lot of information you're putting out there in the streets. Don't nobody need to know all that. I don't need to know all that.
We are a pretty large company, but most of us are headquartered in a different city. Everyone's not here in SoCal. So
where are your locations? Did everyone come fly in?
No, they have their own Christmas party.
How's that like, being that it's company and the morale and the culture of the company? Shouldn't there always be one big Christmas party where everybody comes in? When it's segmented like that, does it really work? I know a couple of my friends, they work for big companies. They're either director of the company and they're regional. Mm-hmm. But if everyone's not meeting, what does that say about the company? Like, I think they should fly him out. Why not?
I mean, honestly, I don't really feel comfortable talking about it because I have issues with my company.
Well, everyone has issues with their company, let's be honest.
But wow, already we're just gonna start with the draw twos.
We didn't even say we playing Uno, did we?
No, we didn't even go over the rules.
We ain't even go over the
rules.
All right, y'all. Being that this is a holiday episode. As you can see, we're just going about our business, not really doing anything. As I mentioned to you before, we're playing Uno. And in this cubby, most of the cubby time that we spend playing Uno. You catch a couple W's, you catch a couple L's, but you live. You live to fight another day. Now, we all talk shit here in the cubby. And we have Chevy here, and I've talked more shit to her than I think I've talked to in anybody, because she takes a lot of W's.
I take a lot of W's.
Okay, that's too much of a lot.
Well, I mean, I had to make sure that they understood.
But she also takes some L's.
Yeah, occasionally.
You don't need to be prideful on that. Anyway, so the house rules is everyone has their way of playing Uno, and the good thing about the holiday season is that it's house rules. You here in the cubby. Therefore, I have to introduce the house rules to you. And what that means is the first rule of our Uno is all drawers matter. Doesn't matter if it's drawer 4, doesn't matter if it's drawer 2, you put a drawer 2 on top of a drawer 4, you put a drawer 4 on top of a drawer 2. If you have 2 drawer 2s, you put that down. Doesn't matter because all drawer matter. Second rule is you either pick him up or you pick and play. What does that mean? Pick and play or pick and home. Is that the right phrase? Did I mess it up?
Yeah, you did.
So either pick and play or pick and home. What does that mean to you? When you pick up a card because you don't have a card, you either play it without bringing it back to your hand. But if you do happen to bring it back to your hand, you'll turn over. That's it. You holding that card. So either pick and play or pick and home. It's your choice. Now that bleeds into our next rule. 2 for your motherfucking mistakes. Now if you make a mistake on this Uno table, I don't care what it is. Somebody catches you, I don't care what it is. You picking up 2 cards. Now, if I call you out and it's true and it's real, then you're picking up 2 cards. Now, the final decision maker goes to the man in the house or the woman in the house. More than likely, it's going to be the man in the house. More than likely, it could be the woman in the house. But this is my house. This is the cubby. So we're going to go with man in the house. Not to be sexist or anything like that, because that's not what we're about here at the cubby. You can get that outside. We inside. So anyway, all decisions come down to the man in the house, which would be TLou do what it do. And I'm always fair. I never pick sides, and I don't lie. I haven't lied since January, and I'm sticking to. Fourth rule, and the fourth rule. I always forget the fourth rule. What's the fourth rule?
Uno out.
Uno out. You gotta say Uno, and you gotta say Uno out. If you don't say Uno, you don't say Uno out. Guess what happened? And somebody call you out. Guess what happened?
2 for your mistake.
2 for your mistake. So you just heard the house rules. Those are the house rules. So you better abide by those rules. Because if you don't, you either not playing or you picking up 2 cards. Now, this is a special Uno we have. It's Uno or Dare. What does that mean to you? Now, all draw 2s or wild cards, I should say, are draw 2s. There are no draw 4s in this pack. But you have a choice. You either pick up what is presented to you, 2 cards, or you do a dare. Now, these dares come in the form of sections, categories, called Show Off, Family, Daredevil, and of course, House Rules. In this house, we play House Rules. Now, whoever wins, they do have the choice of selecting whether those categories for you to do the dare is going to be on Show Off, or it's going to be on Family, and it's going to be on Daredevil. We don't have time today to describe and list out the 16 rules on each category. All we're saying is, between Chevy and I, if you put down a draw 2 and you select to dare, that person has to do the dare that is presented to. And if you don't,
pick up 2.
You got to pick up 2 or 4 or 6 or 8 or 10 or 12. What's the record, Chevy?
It's 20. It's not my record, though.
Here we go.
It's not. My record was, I think, 16. It might have been 18. But the record is 20.
But your record is how much?
I'm going to go with 16.
16?
Yeah.
You going to go with 16 or is it 16?
I'm pretty sure it's 16.
Now you don't know. I know because I wrote it down.
Where?
It's definitely 18 cards.
I think that was
it's a fact.
Somebody else. I think that was somebody else.
No. Andel had 20. You had 18.
He also had 18. Okay, I don't know. It's fine.
You're trying to fight something. You can't fight City Hall, man.
Here's the thing.
It's impossible.
16, 18, it doesn't really matter. You're screwed.
So, thank you guys for joining our Uno game. As you guys know, this episode is called Team Uno. It's Chevy and I in here, and we're going to talk about not only the impact of your holiday party, but what is it like to take a significant home significant other. I apologize. A significant other home with you
For the holidays.
for the holiday. So let me ask you that question: have you ever brought a significant other home with you?
Mm-hmm.
And what happened?
It's awkward.
First of all, you got pick up.
I have to do the dare.
Oh, the
What's
dare. All right, no problem. The dare is you gotta
Are we doing house rules or are we doing?
be doing house rules.
Oh, okay.
You ain't listen to the rules when you was sitting there.
Oh,
We doing house rules.
Okay.
The dare is you gotta put your nose to your ankle and count to 5. Are you accepting this dare?
I
Remember,
am.
it has to be verbal.
All right.
You beanhead.
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. All nose to ankle. There you go. One, 2. I'm counting, bro. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh my God, that's the longest count to 5.
Yo,
ever.
don't disrespect my 5. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
That's terrible. Oh God.
Well, you know, you gotta be nimble, gotta be quick, like a cat. Cat be nimble, cat be quick.
What's the color? It's your turn anyway. Yeah. So all my family was like, "Oh, he kind of looks like you."
What?
So there
You
were
brought a
lot of-
motherfucker home that looked like you?
There were a lot of jokes about me dating my cousin.
Okay, the question is,
He's not my cousin.
you sure?
Absolutely.
You from the Midwest, ain't you?
He was from Jersey.
He got roots in the Midwest.
No.
What about the South?
I mean, all black people got roots in the South.
I don't.
Oh, okay, fair.
My roots don't come nowhere near the
I
South.
mean, they're really far south.
Well, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah, so they're even further south.
I think it's always dangerous to date somebody that is from the South, especially if you're black, because
never know.
You never know. So all black people should just date Jamaicans. Hint, hint. Hint, hint.
Okay, I don't know about all that.
Hint, hint, hint. Anyway, so you brought this person home and they started getting on you because it looked like your second cousin named Tim.
Yeah, I don't have a second cousin named Tim, but
If
take
you
that
did.
back. Yes, I do.
You do have a second cousin named Tim, don't you? Yeah, I know.
I do.
So when you brought him home and he was sitting in the chair, wondering if you guys were related, what happened in terms of, did he bring a gift? Are you supposed to bring a gift as that significant other? Do you come empty-handed? What are the rules that are associated with coming home with significant other during the holidays? Because I've done it, and there's been certain things that I feel like I didn't live up to standard, and I'd just like to get your idea on what are you supposed to do while you sit there being your second
My
cousin?
family is very different. We didn't really celebrate the holidays at all, so it just happened to be wintertime when he came to visit me.
I'm a little confused, but please help me understand.
What do you mean?
Your family did not celebrate? I'm confused.
No. I grew up in a religion where we did not celebrate Christmas.
So you guys don't have Reese Witherspoons on your door?
We do not. Mm-mm.
Are you Seventh-day Adventist?
No.
Are you a Pentecostal?
No.
Are you an atheist?
No.
Okay, all right. This is getting awkward. Let's just keep moving. So he was there on a random Tuesday, is what you're telling me.
Basically.
Okay, all right, that's cool. But you had break from. Was this during your school days? Was this after?
This was actually right before I moved out to California.
And that would be what? How many years ago was that?
What year is this? 2018?
I don't know, bro. It's December.
9 years ago.
9 years ago. Okay. So you brought him home.
Mm-hmm.
And your family, did they accept him right away? Or was there a feeling out period? Because no one ever explains the feeling out period that is the significant other train or journey that you go on.
So my mom had met him once, I think, when we were in school together. I think she met him.
You think?
Remember. I don't remember. But no, it was cool. My parents.
What was the day like? Like, tell me what happened when he walked in. Did you take his coat? Did your grandmama take the coat? Did your grandmama smell behind his ear? What happened?
My grandmama was gone by then.
Okay, all right. I should have never went to grandma. What about the aunt?
Okay, so again,
because aunts are crazy.
Yeah, this is probably, I'm not the best person to talk about this. I can talk about holiday parties, but
I'm asking you questions. So it didn't happen.
It was just my parents, my sister, her husband, her. I think she only had 2 kids at the time. Maybe just the one. It's my nephew Alexander. That's my baby. Ooh,
No, it's actually not your baby.
Oh, he's
your nephew.
Baby. He's my baby.
No, that's not.
He's my baby.
All right, I'm not gonna go any further than that because this is the holiday season. And I don't feel like that was appropriate. So we're just gonna leave that.
So yeah, it was. Like I said, I was getting ready to move out here, so he was coming to help me drive out here.
Okay.
I had to go
and it's the first time the whole family is meeting him, or majority of it.
They met him at my graduation.
Okay, but this is more of an intimate setting, I would assume.
Yeah.
So did you get any backlash about him being your cousin, or was this like
that was mostly just a joke that my actual cousins had to be like, "Are you sure he's not related to you somehow?" And I'm like, "Ha ha, folks, very funny."
So how did he feel about this? I mean,
this is a running joke to this day because
that you dated your cousin.
Yeah.
You sure?
Whenever they bring.
Yeah, you can tell me, bro. This is Cubby.
He's not my cousin.
How tall is he? You guys the same height?
No, he's like 5'11".
What's his daddy name?
I'm not about to give all his information out here. He's a he's a third.
Yeah, that's the worst.
He's a third.
So how did you guys discuss it? Was it a positive interaction? Was it something that you guys needed to talk about after? Was it something that he felt comfortable? What did you do as the incumbent to make him feel comfortable?
He was cool with my parents. My parents are pretty easygoing. And for the most part, they just want me to be happy. So they were cool with him coming, and they knew that I was moving out to California. They were happy that I wasn't just moving out here by myself.
Did you move out here for him?
Ooh.
Sounds like a yes.
Yeah, I did.
What was that? Why do you hesitate? Is that something of a pain point? Like most women don't move around for a dude? Because I feel as though it's the opposite. I think a lot of women move for dudes.
A lot of women do move for dudes. I agree.
But is that something of a... Is it taboo still?
I wouldn't say so much it's taboo, but I also feel like my situation was a little different because I knew I wanted to live in California.
Gotcha.
Sometimes women move for guys to places that they don't really want to go to, and without much of a guarantee that the relationship would last. Like for me, I moved out here and I made sure I had a job. I got my job to transfer me from the office I was in to the LA office.
Good stuff. Security.
Yeah, so I made sure I had a job so I could support myself should anything happen. But if I hadn't had a job, I probably wouldn't have moved out here.
So would you call that dumb if people move out without a job?
Not dumb. So here's this other situation was like we weren't engaged, we weren't married.
I'm sorry, but this is a Blue 7. I just want you to know.
Yes, I see that now.
Not to cut off you and your engagement story.
No, wasn't really an engagement story.
Oh, this is not an engagement story. Sounded like an engagement story.
So I'm gonna skip you. Then I'm gonna skip you again.
Low-key disrespectful.
You made me touch my nose to my ankle and it was painful.
Well, you know, you gotta stretch it out. You gotta stretch that out.
What I was gonna say is I don't think it's dumb if you have some sort of guarantee. Like having a job or being married. Because now that person has to support you. He put down another draw too, y'all.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, what's the dare?
Got
3 cards.
The dare is, I want you to stand up and hold your ass cheek in your hands for 5 seconds.
My own ass cheek?
Yeah, own ass cheek. Jesus Christ.
I put down a draw too because all draws matter.
All draws matter. What's the dare?
Okay, so this is for 4 cards.
Nah, it's just for 2, but I'm gonna add 2 more on.
No, it's for 4.
I'm gonna just add 2 more on for the 2.
Oh, well then I'm not gonna give you the dare if you're just gonna add another one.
What are you talking about?
If you're just gonna put down the draw too,
I'm not gonna put down anything. I just want to know the dare. Can we know the dare, ma'am?
The dare is to...
This is called dead air time, and dead air time is never good. I'm just gonna put that.
You can always edit it out.
No,
that's what editing software is for.
We don't edit. You know we don't edit.
You probably should edit.
No, you don't edit.
That's what the uncut is for.
We don't.
Other than that, you should just edit.
We don't edit. I ain't edit since '92.
Yes, from rubbing alcohol here?
Nope.
Okay.
You about to make me drink rubbing alcohol?
First of all, no, because that shit will make you blind.
That's what I'm saying.
So no, I wasn't going to do that.
I don't know what you're about to do, but no one actually does.
If I had rubbing alcohol, you would know.
This is getting awkward, and I need to know what the dare is.
Okay, I dare you to put your left leg behind your head.
Yeah, I'm just gonna draw 4 cards. I would have did it. We just took way too long. Jeez. Whose turn is it?
It's my turn. Now it's your turn.
It's my turn.
Yeah, but back to moving out here.
You did? Do you think it was a good decision?
Yeah, for me, yes.
For you. What about for him?
For me, well, I will also say that it helped us see that we did not belong together.
Oh, so it was a good thing or a bad thing, depending on what the thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a good and bad to everything that you do in life, I suppose.
Uno.
Jesus Christ, man.
I knew that was coming.
Because you saw it in my hand.
I did when you picked it up.
What is wrong with this lady? Listen, man, let me tell y'all a little bit of something about Chevy. And I know we're trying to get into the different aspects of bringing your significant other home. I have a story to tell about not bringing a significant other to my place for the holidays, which I've done that before, but being that person that is brought to that specific environment. So before we go ahead and drop, I want to let you guys know, as the dude coming into the situation, it's very important that you guys discuss what that environment is like before you get in there. Mm-hmm. A lot of women don't like to discuss it. We're under fire. Mm-hmm. We're under attack. And because of that, we have to not only stand our ground, not in a defensive sort of way, but just in a, this is what I'm here for. A lot of the people in your family look towards the guy to be stable.
Yes.
And if we're not, then it falls on your decision making and what decision that you made to bring this person into their life. Mm-hmm. So I honestly think communication is a big part of it. And if you don't communicate before you get in there, then the guy's sitting there in the living room with a aunt and an uncle looking not only at his shoulders, but looking at his wallet too. Promise you. Because they want to test you and do it. I'm a grown-ass man, so there's nothing that can fold me. But if you don't have that certain individual in your life and then you're seeing as though they're not as confident or stable, coach them a little bit. You guys just like to throw people to the wolves. Let's talk about it. We can talk about it.
I think what you said is important, not just for when you're bringing somebody home for the holidays, but anything. Communication is key.
100%.
You have to talk about stuff.
100%.
Even if it makes you uncomfortable, even if it's something you're trying to avoid. I know for me, sometimes conversation can be difficult because I don't like confrontation. But at the end of the day, I would rather have that uncomfortable moment than to just hold my feelings in and not express my needs and what I'm thinking and what I
gotta
want.
Talk, man.
Yeah, you have to talk.
This is what I say. I say cut a piece of pie every 3 hours, go to a room and debrief. That's what I say.
when you take somebody home,
home,
they're gonna think you're fat.
So
they're
what?
Like, why does this nigga keep getting pie?
Well, so what? This is both of y'all. You get him the pie, he get you the pie. Y'all go somewhere and you debrief.
What if you cut the wrong pie?
What do you mean cut the wrong pie? Who's taking a look at you cutting pie?
There's Auntie Annie's pie and there's Auntie Layla's pie, and
whoever's doing
and
the
one of them
pick.
doesn't make a good pie. So if you cut the wrong pie, they're gonna know that you're an imposter.
That's the information you already get beforehand. That's why you got to discuss before y'all go into that war zone. Because let's talk about it. It's a war zone in there. It's a war zone. It's not on war zone, not only personally, but let's talk about a little bit of the Christmas parties. You got to navigate your way around there too. Everybody likes to have fun. Mm-hmm. And we just spoke about you having your Christmas party. What was the most fun you had at your Christmas party this year? Other than getting shit-faced.
I didn't get shit-faced.
Hey, you're lying.
I didn't get shit-faced.
Hey, you're lying.
I was definitely... No, I didn't get shit-faced because I still had to drive myself home. See, the thing about our...
Would you like some more?
Yep. The thing about my company's Christmas parties is that we do them midweek, midday. So it's basically a day off from work. But at the end of the day, you still have to drive your ass home because we have to go into work. They put us on a bus, take us somewhere, give us tons of alcohol, and then bring us back to work, and then you got to get home. So I did not get shit-faced because I still had to drive myself home from work. But
you still lying about getting shit-faced? I'm my fault. I was away from the mic, and I didn't hear you stop lying about getting shit-faced. So.
You know what? You just showed me your hand again, so I know that this game is going to be just like terrible for me.
All right, let me tell y'all one thing about Chevy, man.
If you show me your hand, I'm going to look at it. If you keep your hand close to you where no one can see your cards, then I can't see them. But if they're held out in a position where if I look up and I see them, then there they are.
Hey,
I'm
man,
looking.
Chevy is a notorious cheater in this game. We've all have witnessed it and we've proclaimed it. All the Cubby cast members know. Because
I tell y'all.
I'm
trying to help you out.
We have a keen eye on Chevy at all times because she's the type to put a car in her titty breastplate and act like no one saw her.
Wait a minute, put a what?
A card, just like one of those cards.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Hey, we don't got to talk about it. We don't got to discuss it.
No.
We don't got.
Let us not embellish my cheating because I own what I do.
So you own your cheating.
I own the fact that if your hand is placed in a position where I can see your cards, I will look at them. I will not crane my neck and try to look around you or go behind you.
You a bold-faced lie.
I don't do that. I own up to what I do.
Why am I playing you in this game if you cheat?
Anyway.
I want to talk about every 3 hours, you debrief, you go in and you communicate.
Well, yeah, you should communicate.
I don't feel like people do that enough.
I don't think people do that in general.
And that's what I want to give out to the people. If you brought somebody home or you're bringing somebody home and you're listening to this podcast right now and their awkward ass is sitting next to you and they don't know what to do, especially the guy, as I mentioned, sometimes y'all throw us to the wolves. And if it's a guy that you really feel that can work the room, which, let's be honest, sometimes when you bring a guy home, you want them to kind of stand on their own too. I know a lot of men want that out of their women as well. But you guys got to communicate before you get in there because you never know how that environment is going to impact that other person.
I feel as though if you're at the point where you can take somebody home to meet your family, you should have at some point talked to that person about your family.
Yeah, this is not the talking of the person about the family. This is about the environment that they're going in.
I know, but I'm saying that should also be a part of the conversation. Like, you should be at a point now where you know about crazy Aunt Helen and how she gets when she's a little tipsy.
Crazy Aunt Helen be touchy. I'm not gonna lie.
She is.
She be touching the lap. And
so you just be like, oh, maybe a couple months prior y'all had that conversation, and now that it's coming up, it's time for a reminder. By the way, remember when I told you that crazy story about crazy Aunt Helen? Yeah, so when we go home, she gonna be there. So be on your P's and Q's. Don't get too close to her. She will grab your ass.
Well, she could grab a little ass. I ain't saying for her to grab the whole ass.
I'm just saying.
She could take a little nub or something. Do a little high cheek.
A nub of your ass?
Yeah, she could take a little something. Okay. She got strong hands.
All right. But my point is that I feel at the point where you're taking someone home to meet your family, and at this point, probably your extended family because it's the holidays, you will have had conversations about your family, the dynamics, how they are, and then at this point, before you go home, you're having just a follow-up conversation.
Yeah, but all that conversation does not mean that they're going to handle themselves in the moment. And this is where I just try to drop a gem and a jewel, is about constant acceptance and communication while you're in the moment. Because you could talk about it all day.
Oh, yeah.
To the heaven. But when you get in there and things sway, because it's your family, they're going to do that on purpose. Like for me, if I'm in a situation, me personally, I feel like I can handle all things. Mm-hmm. That's just me. Some people call it cocky. I just find it as being real. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I get a little nervous in a lot of different situations because it's family. Mm-hmm. That's just my own personal thing. So if I say like, yo, hold me down in the family setting. Now, if it's strangers, I could do that. That's nothing. I'm talking to you right now, and I've known you for years. But I'm talking to you just like if I knew you yesterday. That's me personally. Mm-hmm. But if I'm in a situation like that, and you see that I'm getting a little, and this is where the connection between y'all two needs to be heavy, to be like, yo, you know what I mean? T's not really acting like T. Let me go ahead and
you gotta have a code word.
You gotta have communication. Mm-hmm. So the jewel that I want to drop to everybody that's out there is just, yo, pay attention. That man that you know, that woman that you know, that is as prevalent and as aware as you think they're going to be, they're not in this situation. It's a very sensitive moment. So that's at home. Now the next big thing is in the workplace, right? I know we touched on it a little bit, but how do you act? I'm gonna put it plainly, because you seem like an around the way girl. I could talk to you plainly, right? Mm-hmm. Can I get really lit at these Christmas parties? Or should I chill and sit my punk ass down?
I would not suggest it.
Why not? Yo, whose turn is it? Because I know I dropped that too.
You haven't given me the dare yet.
You want it in? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and answer. Let me think about it.
So, depending on the type of work environment you have, like I went from a place where we had crazy Christmas parties to a place where we do Christmas parties during the day and everybody goes home afterwards. My previous company, they actually would get rooms for us because they knew people were going to get that drunk.
So it's about the environment.
It's definitely about the environment. For example, my last company, at the Christmas party, the HR person got drunk and said, "What does a girl have to do to get a threesome?"
Okay. Wait a minute.
That wouldn't happen at my current company.
Wait a minute. Mm-hmm. This is the HR person?
Yeah.
You got a name? Or
no, I'm not. Not dropping that. Not dropping where it was. I'm just saying.
What was the company called?
No.
Did she transfer? Is she still there?
I don't know.
Well, you said you in tech? This is Google, Amazon. They be getting lit.
Don't be putting any names out there. There are no names associated with this story.
This is the HR. Wait, how old is she? She not old, right?
She's probably in her 50s.
Oh, well, you know, the 50 cougars be...
well...
She in shape? She do spin, too? That's a no.
She's tall.
She's tall, man. Go ahead and finish your story. Because I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway.
I mean, she got 2 knees.
That... I don't even know what that means. Don't most people have 2 knees?
She got 2 knees on one leg.
Okay.
She got that extension.
Okay, I see what you're saying. That's weird.
She got those Stretch Armstrong knees.
And now I'm imagining it. Anyway.
Yo, you got Stretch Armstrong knees. Yo. You got too much knee. Bitch, you got too much knees.
In an environment like that, you could probably get a little more drunk because you're not going to be worse than HR lady.
So, was that a startup?
No.
Oh, so it was a big organization.
It's not a big organization.
It's a medium-sized organization?
It's probably medium-sized.
So it all depends on your environment.
It's a very old company.
Very old company, and the HR lady talking about popping off at the mouth like that?
It's a very unique company.
Wait, all right. So would she want a big dude, small dude?
Look, I don't know what she wants.
You sure?
I'm positive.
You look like the type that went to HR a few times.
Oh my gosh, no.
Huh?
Anyway. So you have to know the kind of culture that your company has. At my current company, I probably had 4 drinks at
your current company?
At my current company.
What size were these drinks? Were they Long Island's? Was they Cosmos? Were they Manhattans?
I had 2 dirty martinis.
Dirty martinis?
Yeah.
Oh, you a little drinker, huh?
You
like to get lit.
Oh, there was the drink. It was a gin drink that my friend got, and she didn't want it, so I drank that. And
be careful of these drinks out here in these streets during these holiday party, ladies. I'm going to put that out there really quickly because I am a person of the Me Too movement. Got it. Had to plug it.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. This is a friend that I know and trust. I went on vacation with her and everything. But,
I'm not Louis C.K., motherfucker.
But I wouldn't get like too lit, because even on the bus ride back, I happened to be on the same bus with the director, and he asked me how I was feeling, and I was just like, Audra, don't be drunk.
This is the current?
Yes, it's my current.
Why is that? Why can't the director see you inebriated, or anybody in a position of power? Is it something that it's a holiday party?
I mean, I did not feel like I was in the position where, like, oh God, he really can't see me like this, because I didn't drink that much.
First of all, I just want to say happy holidays to you and your family. I want to make sure that I say that before you leave today.
Okay, so you're talking to me or the listeners?
We're the only two people.
Well, I wasn't sure if this was for the listeners or not.
No, I just really wanted. The thing about women is that you got to give them roses while they can smell them. Okay? And I just wanted to take a break. I talked about the Me Too. I talked about bringing a significant other home, and about just the responsibilities that you have to communicate. And now we are in the space of the corporate space. And I just want to let you know, happy holidays to you and your family, because it is a very good time of the year.
Most wonderful time of the year.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That was a little off, but that's okay.
No, I just don't know the song.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. And happy holidays to you and yours as well.
I don't want it to be taken as though I wasn't listening, because I know there's a few people that are going to be like, yo, you wasn't even listening to what she was saying. I was listening to what she was saying. I just wanted to make a remark, and I want to get back on the fact that your director was in front of you, and you told yourself not to be inebriated. I disagree. I feel as though if you're drunk, just tell the person that you're drunk. But this is about being real versus being kind. I know that you're a transplant and that you had to sacrifice a lot in order to be where you are, and I don't want to jeopardize that.
You gonna recap the entire podcast?
Huh? What happened? What you saying?
So far?
What happened? Huh?
It's all good.
And I know at that moment you had to probably read between the lines. So I just want to understand.
Well, I just didn't want to come off as super duper drunk. Like,
but you just told me you weren't drunk, and I knew you were smacked at your holiday party.
I was not. Okay, so had this been my previous company, I definitely would have drank way more.
So you would have been ultra smacked.
Yes, I would have been. I would have actually been drunk and inebriated. But
how do you feel if somebody would have tried to take advantage of your drunkenness at work on that Wednesday, and then Friday you come back to work and they're like, yo, remember what we did in the broom closet at like the restaurant? Do you think that's appropriate?
That's totally inappropriate. That's very inappropriate.
Yeah, but like it's a holiday party.
No.
I thought everything goes at holiday party.
No, what? You're just saying this.
No, I'm serious.
No, everything does not go at a holiday party.
So what are the rules?
I mean, you gotta be. I mean, if you do something with a coworker, you gotta be consenting adults. I do not recommend doing things with your coworker.
Another episode about shitting where you sleep.
Yeah, I do not get your meat where you get your bread.
Wow. Okay, we're talking about groceries. All right, we went there.
I have gotten my meat where I get my bread, and it was a terrible idea.
What happened?
This is for another day.
There's another episode.
Another episode. But my summing it all up, do not get your meat where you get your bread.
What's the problem with getting your meat where you get the bread? I just want to go shopping once. I don't want to go two places. But this is another episode.
It's another episode.
I want to talk about the rules at a holiday party, because I have 3.
Oh, okay. I'd like to hear those.
1, never go in a hot tub. Ever. No hot tubs at holiday parties. I don't care if you guys are at a hotel,
motel, holiday.
Now, the no hot tub rule goes with never go away with one other person by yourself. Okay. It's never a good idea. Nope. Never, ever. Mm-hmm. Second rule is every 3 drinks, have a cup of water.
Agreed.
Every 3 drinks, have a cup of water.
Mm-hmm. Got to.
Have to. Third rule.
Honestly, if you're going out anywhere and drinking, you need to have a cup of water. I personally like to have 1 and 1, But then you gotta pee a lot.
Nah, ain't nobody trying to do that one.
Well, I'm a girl. I'm trying not to get too drunk.
Well, this is 2018, about to be 2019. I thought we were about equality. So I'm just gonna say what I need to say in order for you to
third rule. I'm sorry.
Third rule. I'm gonna cut.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Third rule is never do the gift exchange.
Oh, I don't do that.
Don't participate in the gift exchange. If you participate in the gift exchange, you're gonna get a gift you don't want. Someone's gonna want your gift. You're going to get it stolen, and then it just gets weird. So just sit back and remove yourself from that activity because it never goes well. Ever. You never get what you want, and you always buy something that you want that you got to give away.
Okay, well, first of all, if you are going to participate in the gift exchange...
Don't participate.
But if you do, don't buy something you want.
So what am I supposed to get? Coat racks?
Honestly, get a gag gift because you're probably going to end up with a gag gift.
Man, they say that in the rules. They say no gag gifts.
Oh, really?
In every holiday party. It's part of the bylaws. Come on, man. You're not paying.
I don't know. We have this white elephant thing, and I don't know.
Never participate.
I don't participate. I've never participated. So
never do it. And if you do find yourself in it, this is what you do.
Or buy alcohol.
Alcohol. There you go. High five. Never go wrong with alcohol.
Alcohol is always very popular. Wine, liquor, and depending on the cash cap for your gift exchange.
I had a gift exchange in my company that I'm with right now, and it was funny. 80% of the gift exchange was alcohol.
Yeah.
So you know me, I clapped it up because these people are pros. Get alcohol, and even if you don't give alcohol or drink alcohol, you can always re-gift.
Yep.
Alcohol.
Yeah, you got a free bottle of alcohol that you can give to somebody else that you know who drinks.
So I clapped it up.
Yeah. Somebody at my company's gift exchange got a toaster
oven
for hot dog buns.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Specifically for, I think you can also put hot dogs in it, but it's basically for hot dogs and hot dog buns. And when I got to work the next day, because I didn't even go to work that day, because I was just
why didn't you go to work though? Why wouldn't you go to work? It's the holiday season. You have to make sure that you.
I just didn't want to be there.
Okay. Well,
I worked from home that day.
If you want to play hooky at work, that's on you. It's none of my business. I don't really have. I think this is a good segue into paying bills because obviously you didn't really try to pay your bills that day.
Yes, I did. I work from home, so I still got paid.
Everybody know if you work from home, you don't work. Everybody know that.
Okay, first of all, when I work from home, I work. Actually, I feel like I do more work working from home than I do when I'm in the office. Because I can actually get shit done because people aren't constantly coming to my desk asking me questions. You have never given me this stare, by the way.
I know. I'm about to say my advertisement. Can we pay bills? See, we wanted a woman perspective in the Cubby, and now that we've had a woman perspective in the Cubby, I love it. Because not only do I appreciate the opposite sex, I like the opinions and the different sort of makeup that you guys have, your point of view, and things of that sort. So, this episode brought to you by one of the lovely ladies in here in the Cubby. Also, the Alki Consulting Group. The Alki Consulting Group is a management consulting agency. Our consultants advertise. See, this is where we mess up. See, you got me out my pocket. I've never really been out my pocket, so we're going to start again. The Alki Consulting Group is a management consulting agency. Our consultants advise startup and adolescent stage organizations in business strategies, innovation, business development, risk management, and more. By defining the present and securing the future, the Alki Consulting Group represents a clear mission to revolutionize and personalize the management consulting business for the digital age, ensuring consistency, accountability, and strategic alignment are attainable and affordable. From the seed idea to the final product, ACG uniquely focuses on operational advancement through process design and procedure documentation. Contact one of our professionals today for a free consultation. I kind of bit my tongue in the middle of that, and I've been distracted ever since, trying to work through the dialogue and the content that we have to do. The good thing about life is that you're always going to get distractions and you're always going to get haters, but you're going to have to rise above that like the cream in your coffee. You got to rise to the top, right? Isn't that the phrase? And if it's not the phrase, I just made it up, but it sounded amazing. So I just want to shout that out. But now that dare that you got to get, because we are playing Uno. This episode is called Team Uno, and that is a metaphor for being a part of a team, but you always got to believe in yourself. So when I get this W, it ain't about you. It's about me. But I'm going to play within the rules because I'm part of the team. So the dare you got to do is, you got to put this whole mic in your mouth.
Okay, so first of all,
what's the problem?
No one wants to hear that. What do you mean the whole mic?
The whole mic. You got to put it in your mouth.
All that?
Yeah, it's about what, 7 inches? You got that?
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick up 2.
You don't put the whole mic in your mouth. You don't want to do that. It's only about what, 7 inches. That ain't too bad. That ain't nothing.
You would have been pissed if I had actually done it.
Yo, I would have been dying laughing. Actually, I would have been shocked and I would have left the room. I'm not gonna lie to you. I would have been shocked and I would have left the room because I don't want that energy and I just want to do the podcast. Me personally.
Unfortunately, you guys cannot see this microphone.
It's very small.
It's
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Little cadence off there. But had
had
I done what he just asked me to do, he would have been mad.
I would have been pissed off.
Yeah.
And I would have left the room. I'm just letting you know what I would have done. But thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Holiday parties, bringing your significant other home, I think they have a great silver lining to them. Mm-hmm. It's important to understand that you have to communicate, not only with your significant other in that setting, but you also have to be on your P's and Q's at work.
You got to be on your P's and Q's at work. You just got to know the room, know the culture, know how much is too much for where you are.
Is too much ever too much at work?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you can't really be yourself at work?
Oh, no.
I disagree. Why not? My mission is to show everybody that you can be yourself at work. Now, you may get fired, but maybe that's just not the place for you.
Okay, that's fair. But I also feel like
you have to advance yourself. Be yourself, man. Third rule of the Cubby. Did I even say the Cubby rule?
You did not. But before you do, I will just say that maybe your job doesn't deserve your full self. Maybe your job and the work environment that you're in does not warrant giving your authentic self. Now you can give the rules of the Cubby. And you can pick a color because you're holding this game up.
I'm holding the game up?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with we'll go with yellow. And it's my turn, isn't it? Jeez Louise, Batman. Uno. Uno out. Your boy done came up, baby. Got that W out here in these streets. You know how we do it. That's what I'm talking about. We gonna end off on that. Wrong or right? We gonna end off on that. Wrong or right? We could, if you want to. You sure? We ain't going to our second and third segment. Our second segment is called Facts. Right? And because it's called Facts, I want to put this fact out here. You just got your ass buzzed. Facts. Wrong or right?
I just want to say
here we go.
That today is a very fortunate and
Team Uno, baby. It's about that Team
wonderful
Uno, baby.
day in TLou's life. It is not often that he beats me in Uno. But today, I mean, this is very fortuitous. Today, on the day that he recorded us playing, he actually won. So maybe,
I'm a genius.
in order for him to win, he needs to record us.
I need pressure.
I
need pressure. I love pressure.
also shuffled out of turn.
Here we go.
Maybe that
with
helps.
the excuses. Facts.
It's not an excuse. I'm just saying the.
Why do women give excuses? Facts.
Okay, first of all, why do men give excuses?
All right. Okay. All right. I can't even challenge that because I gave a lot of excuses in my life.
See, so
I think I gave an excuse back in January.
All right. Well.
I told you ain't lost in January, right?
Yeah.
It's a hard road, man.
Yeah,
It's
you
a
have
life.
to tell me more about this.
Yeah, that's another episode. It's another
Yeah,
episode.
yeah.
But it's actually very liberating, and I suggest it to everybody. I'm talking about little lies. I'm talking about big lies. I'm talking about every type of lie. Just don't.
I feel
do
like
it.
it's the little lies that get us.
The little lies build up.
Yep.
Because then you got to hold to it. It's just like, yo, where were you? That's the worst question. Where were you? And you'd be like,
Because you weren't ready for it.
I wasn't ready for it.
And you're like, oh, I don't have a good story for this.
Walmart had a sale, and I thought you wanted milk. Shit got crazy.
That is a terrible experience.
Yeah, it was horrible. But those are the lies that dudes make for no reason, and it turns into being yourself. Mm-hmm. Are you being real or are you being kind? Mm-hmm. Especially when you're in a space that you're uncomfortable, like being a transplant, and you know you got to sacrifice certain things. So why?
It's the holiday episode, y'all. You gotta bring in a little bit of everything that you've heard so far. Gotta wrap up the year. Give a recap.
Gotta give a recap. You see me out here in these streets, man. I just want to say thank you guys for listening. This is very important for me, not only me, but for the Cubby cast. And we want to thank Chevy for coming in here once again. She took time out of her holiday season to record with us, and I think we did a good job explaining not only the tools to be better when you bring your significant other home, but those things that you need to do to remain steadfast and committed at your work holiday party. I know a lot of you guys had a couple of those. I think we made mention like, yo, don't get too lit. And if you did get too lit, make sure you go back and apologize to those that you touched. And if you didn't touch anybody, and if you blacked out, that's on you. You're gonna have a cease and desist letter somewhere in your email box somewhere at some point in time.
You're gonna be meeting with HR on January 1st.
Yeah.
And hopefully she doesn't want a threesome.
Yeah. She probably already got that scheduled. So enjoy yourself. We're gonna leave off on something. It's called Love is Love, right? So just leave the people with something, your highs and lows, a statement that you can give for the listeners to take away in this holiday season. It's about to be 2019. The Cubby was originated in 2018. So for 2019, we're going to get bigger and better. Make sure you check us out on IG. That's Instagram for those that don't know what those two letters make up. Instagram, it's called @TheCubbyCast. Once again, that is @TheCubbyCast. And we will be able to show you guys what our upcoming events are and the things that we're doing. We're getting bigger and better. And as I've always mentioned, this is about bridging the gap between your corporate livelihood and your space and kind of tying that into what your personal life is like. So what do you do when you bring somebody home? What do you do when you're in that sort of space where you're at a company party? Do you remain real or do you keep it kind? Chevy, you got something to say on that? Love is love? You got a statement? High and low? Chevy, you can say whatever you want to say. To be perfectly honest with you.
So I'm not really going to give a high and low, but just, tomorrow is never promised. So make sure you love on the people that you love today while they're still here. Give them their roses, as it were. Because, like I said, tomorrow is never promised. And you don't want to miss that opportunity to show people that you love and appreciate them. That's all.
That sounded amazing. There's this new thing on YouTube that I hear is called, what's that thing called? ADHD?
ADHD?
Nah, not ADHD. That's just hyper stuff. Is that thing where they like speaking to the mic and they go, this. Yeah, I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that. But anyway, I'm going to say my high and low, which is always remain consistent. Comedy is life. Am I lying? I don't think I'm lying. It's just those three words. Life is comedy life, is life comedy. Whatever way you want to put it together, that's what it is. Because if you're not laughing, you crying. If you're not crying, then you're dying. Let's be perfectly honest. And I don't want anybody to die before they get their milk and cookies from Santa. Because he's not going to eat all of that. I don't even know why y'all put out those milk and cookies. Milk expires and chocolate chip cookies don't taste good when they're cold. Let's talk about it. Nah, that's for another episode. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Happy holidays. Thank you guys once again. And love is love. Facts. Let's talk about it.